Wait, you guys haven't heard? It's the Very Real Fantasy Football Show!
All right. Fantasy football for real. Eric Pettigo. Large Dan.
Forgot my size as we were approaching the show. Yeah. Pretty big.
Yeah.
What's up?
Pretty big grande.
Just huge, bro.
El Grande Dan.
There it is.
That's what's going in. That's what's going in the description this week.
El Grande. Of all the sizes I've been called, venti,
Tall.
So tall.
Tall Dan.
The show sounds a little off. We usually have like a third sound that gets made or something.
I'm trying to. No, this is normal.
There's like a humming sound I always hear in my right ear. Like, you know what I mean? Like a sound.
You know what? Spoiler alert. We'll tell them now before we get 35 minutes into the show and they realize there's no Eric Chrans this week. Yeah.
Do we have word on his condition? I mean, if he's missing the show, it's got to be contagious.
Could be a few things, but most likely a bad batch of chowder is to blame.
Chowder. What's cold soup called?
I don't know. Garbage.
Hot garbage. And then it's cold soup. That's the irony. Yeah, he's just been licking on just dirty ladles of soup at like some sort of gazpacho. I knew. Yes. Just garbling gazpacho, just nibbling on soup ladles that are just dirty. I know it. Some sort of soup potluck.
You got to keep an eye on those expiration dates, folks.
He got sick, so I'm guessing it's a soup not potlucks or no luck, or you kind of finagle it in there. But he had zero luck at his potluck.
Well, we do miss him. Get well soon, buddy.
We do. Sorry about your current health.
And he couldn't have missed a more important week, I don't think. It is week 1.
I think he's trying to hide a few hands in a few leagues. Yeah. A little scared to, you know what I mean?
And that happens.
I truly believe that he needs to take a look in the mirror at his vitamin regimen. I mean, this is a couple shows now where he's taking we're older now.
Yeah. It has been several. Sick.
He might want to take that cane of his and limp into the doctor and see what's wrong with the old sitchy.
Poor Eric.
His fantasy football team's not sick.
Yeah, he's pretty good, right?
They're healthy.
I quit paying attention.
Yeah, I would too. They're healthy, though. They're
good. Josh Allen knocked me out of like 3 playoffs last week where I was have to win to get in, and I'm right there.
You didn't own any shares? You just took them on the chin?
Oh, dude, yeah. Just Josh Allen's like 60 fantasy points.
Dude.
6 touchdowns. Like early in the game, I'm good. I'm looking good. All right, I'm projected to win most of them. And then Josh Allen, the first quarterback in history to throw 3 touchdowns and run 3 touchdowns in a single game. And I'm the first person in history to go up against him in 3 fantasy leagues.
Don't quote me on this, names, but he passed O.J. Simpson and Terrell Davis on the all-time rushing touchdown list.
That's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
Josh Allen is so good.
He's so good. But the time will come, just like it did for Cam Newton, where that will wear off in his early 30s. Yeah. I think sooner than later. Like, if dynasty-wise, I sound like an idiot. After this season, in the offseason, if you win your league, I would be the dude who just sells Josh Allen for a butt-effing ton of shite.
Well, there's a few trains of thought. One would be
run it back and win it again. Right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're like in there, if you've got the team that's winning, if you make a deep playoff,
got to get ahead of the demise with the rushing quarterback.
The other train of thought is you will never ever get more for him than you will right now. You might get as much, but you're never going to be able to get more.
And there's a chance that he'll still be a top 10 fantasy producer or not from injury, but the risky run is he's played his best football.
Yeah. He's
and that's just Dynasty
young,
Dan
though,
talking.
right?
He's 29.
He's not.
He's 29. That's scary. That's next year 30.
And he throws the ball too, man. So
but how do you get 3 rushing touchdowns? Because he runs the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Except for one of them, he threw it, and Cooper's like, "Take it back, quick!" Yeah,
61.3 an hour.
Yeah, you
hour
took
scoring
it.
format.
I had Jamar Chase literally put me in the fantasy playoffs. I had to win do or die on a Monday. My situation was T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on my team, and my opponent had a 27-point lead and Cooper Rush in a super flex. And he ate some super dick. Because I had Chase so bad that I feel bad. Like, I do. I have a little remorse when I see the next day he writes "fuck fantasy" on our page.
Yeah.
It was that close of a game and that high scoring. We weren't like limping it. This was a near 200-point extravaganza that ended with me winning on that Jamar Chase play. I don't know if he was Lisa Simpson or what the fuck he was, but I won with that shit. I was watching it like that.
So did you, can you imagine what it would be like if you had gone up against a team that had both Josh Allen and Jamar Chase?
You did? You ate that? Dude, that's a hefty load.
In the radio league where I needed to win to get in.
Oh, did you play
I went up against Pat.
Oh, he's got both of them, that son of a bitch.
And I was supposed to win. Like, everything was... I had a good week, man. My guys were scoring. I had the lead. The projection was like, you got this, bruh.
Over 100 from two guys is just devastating.
Yep. That's me. That's what I got. Over 100 from just two guys. And that's fantasy football. So now here I am competing for the number one pick again.
Oh, and that's in that league. In your other leagues, how we feeling? How we looking? You all right? You in? I'm in the playoffs in 3 leagues. Not in the playoffs in 3 leagues. So 6 leagues, 50%. You've got 3 chances to win a title, and you could be anywhere from 0 to 3. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell, it's better than the guys who were like, hey, I got no fucking shot because I'm sidelined.
And then in both the dynasty leagues that you and I are in together, one of them, it was a known rebuild, and like you said, man, I was kind of playing with house money. I'm a year early.
Oh,
so in the radio league,
you started out so hot too. Yeah. It gave you a little bit of false bravado, possibly.
Well,
I quote. This is Eric after going 3-0 in that league. I quote, "Boy, I think I'm going to just run to the title and win with these young guys. John Madden football."
I think my exact thing was like, me and these 19-year-olds might just win the title this year.
You remember the quote? Because, dude, how could you not feel good? You just drafted those dudes and it was coming to fruition right away.
And I knew I wasn't really going to win the title, but when you're winning games in fantasy, you can either be lame and keep your mouth shut, or you can be like, no, I'm winning games. Guess what?
Every now and then I like to test the fantasy gods.
You guys suck at it. Look what I'm doing. I'm about to win this whole thing.
I get on there if I'm losing, I'm like, man, what a piece of shit. If I win, I'm like, you, sir, are the piece of shit.
Yeah, somebody definitely is. And in the other one, in the Chris League, man, I sold my team midway, so I wouldn't expect them to make it. So,
you're still the best shit bowl team, though, and you and I actually face off, and I'm projected. I put in my best lineup I could to beat you. I'm projected to beat you.
Are you? And I haven't set my lineup yet.
And you're a 6-win team. I'm a 1-win team. My 1 win. Don't let me get 2 wins on the year be to you.
Don't worry. I won't. I'm going to win, and I'm going to win for you, buddy. I want you to get
that's right. Our picks are reversed. So, play with honor, play with dignity, and most of all, watch your back if you don't.
We either do that or we just give each other our picks back.
No, I don't like my chances. I don't even think I get out of our matchup alive. Honestly, mine is a very strict rebuild. And by strict, I mean absolute horseshit roster.
Yeah, it's bad.
Very strict.
One of the worst.
It's a very vegan team.
But intentionally bad.
Yeah, I mean, I have a shit fucking ton of picks, but, right now I'm an absolute just bottom of the barrel. I'm one of those soup ladles Krieger licked.
Oh,
poor little Cece.
Dripping with porridge.
Porridge and chowder. What else we got, dude? There's stews. Come on, man. That's awesome. Chowders.
Poor little guy.
And porridges.
We love you, buddy. So every time he misses, I'm sure he just listens like,
I bet he's like, I'm for sure not listening.
So mean to me.
For sure not listening when I don't make it.
I hate to hear what you guys say about me if I don't come in.
Well, we don't have mics and shit, so
perfect.
You're good.
Perfect.
And I don't have social media. It's not like I can tweet you're an asshole. I just got to text you up and say, between you and I, pal, you're a dick.
All right, let's get into these games.
Let's do it.
It's fantasy playoff time for most leagues. Some, little did I know, in one of the Yahoo leagues I'm in,
Tell me there's not an extra regular season right now. Just to...
No. But it's like a 12-team league. And last week, I was in the playoffs. I didn't even realize it. So I got a playoff W last week.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was looking, I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I? Oh.
The 12-man league I'm in, they decided, I was already joined in, and it had already been decided that men play in there apparently because just 6 teams make it out. Half of us. Ooh. The other half get good.
Yeah, get better.
Yeah, there's not going to be an extra round for you fools.
Mm-hmm. No place for the soft in fantasy football.
There is, and you got to have one in the league, but not for a bunch of them. Just got to have one league doormat.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good.
Tomorrow night, Rams at the 49ers.
Wait, I'm a doormat in the fucking
that's
Chris
you.
League. Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's all right.
You're a doormat.
Feels better to get walked on than you'd think. I see why dudes pay for it.
I was trying to be a doormat, but I kept winning.
Yeah, weird. You did. That was weird. You're like, fucking getting rid of some key elements to my team. That's the win now philosophy. And instantly they're like, cool, that addition by subtraction. Love that saying.
There's so much to be said about not having to make a decision. When you eliminate like valuable pieces on your team.
And you have no choice but to play people.
Yeah. And you only have, like 9 guys you can start, period.
It's worse when you have nothing but like, when you let something in the crock pot chill for a couple days, that crust, that's my whole roster. So I'm sifting through looking for just a nugget of just something to nibble.
Your whole roster is crock pot crust.
Yes, dude. Without the bag too. So you're in
Stuff
that.
Never washes off.
You're like, damn it, why didn't I put that liner in there? Now I got to scrub this. That's my season. So yeah, like you said, when you're down to a point where you have a starting lineup that you have to start, it's pretty decent, but you have no choice.
Right.
It's the best feeling.
Makes things easy.
You're like, I can only play these.
Yeah. You never make the wrong call.
I hate the wrong call. It's always on my bench. The right call is always just chilling on my bench. Like, hey, what's up?
Like you pride yourself in putting together a deep team, a team with depth. All right, if here's my starting lineup. If a guy goes down, boom, here's another starter to put in.
Yep.
But the problem with that is you always have points on your bench that were better than points in your starting lineup, and it's so frustrating trying to play that correct lineup every week.
If you like to get a little softer in your fantasy football, like if you don't want that, hardcore stuff, you want a little bit more.
Dude.
Like, the softcore fantasy football.
Just the late night HBO from the 80s.
Yeah, you're not getting a good angle on it, but you know what's happening.
Yeah.
It's enough to get her done.
Like
you can play best ball. So what that does.
I don't like that.
Yes, of course you don't.
Yeah.
That's why you don't, you know what I'm saying?
That's what babies do.
Yeah, it's...
babies play that.
Just saying, it's out there. If you like Skinamax, you might like best ball. Those are the days, dude.
Oh, man.
Your buddy, you stop spending the night at his house, like, yeah, my parents got HBO, Cinemax. Why? I'm like, nothing. Just get you some sleep. Get you some rest.
You guys got HBO. And what time do your parents go to bed? All right.
What time do they wake up?
Yeah, dude, we'll do a pin the night. Come over. We'll pin the night.
Skinamax.
Mm-hmm. All right. Rams at Niners.
Best ball, anyways.
Let's do it. Yeah, best ball for soft people and children.
Soft core.
Yep. I think there's going to be a lot of points here, man.
There better be.
Thursday night game.
I can't decide. It's for a friend, but again, basically against you. I don't know. Both have been respectable and hot. Stafford has the better weapons right now, in my opinion. But do I go Purdy? Real Purdy, I should say. Very Purdy. Or Cat Stafford? Meow.
Oof. I mean, I'm giving you advice to beat me,
but
if you beat me, that's good for me because I've got your pick.
It's a very hairy situation, but I want you to take all the things that you and I have riding on this game and just give the viewers what you think. Because it's a good question because both are hot quarterbacks.
They are.
And that's, I hate to, I'm probably going to go opposite of whatever you say anyway. So
Niners, not a great defense against the run, but they're actually pretty good against the pass, man. So...
you're talking about Cooper and Puka. They look Puka looks what a terrible scouting department the NFL is overall.
Puka's
how do you let that guy
good.
slide through the cracks?
So good.
I mean, I kick myself every day when I think about how I did not get my filthy dynasty mitts on sweet, God, tender Puka.
I think they're both going to be good plays. It's at San Francisco. The Niners are literally the 8th best team in the league against opposing QBs in fantasy.
Man, Brock's good at quarterback.
Dude, he is.
He's so good.
Meanwhile, the Rams on the road are 25th against opposing QBs. Quarterbacks are scoring points, and Brock Purdy is
lighting
hell
shit
of a
up.
quarterback.
Okay, Brock. Let's talk about Brock Purdy.
If it were me,
just
if it's me, all honesty, I'm starting Brock Purdy.
and that's who I have in.
Yeah.
That's who I have in. He's my future. I trust him. Here's the other element he brings, and I'm starting to see it more with less weapons. He's Joe Burrow footwork. You're not like Michael Vick, but he gets loose in the pocket. He scrambles. He does a lot of footwork shit that helps out. Man, I love him.
He's so good.
There's another one, Mr. Irrelevant. How do you let him slide?
The last pick in the draft.
That's terrible scouting.
Yeah.
That guy's been playing a lot of college football. Why would we want?
And I love the Niners, and it's like, oh, look at them. They went and got this guy. But these are the same idiots that took Trey Lance, that traded up to take Trey Lance, and Brock Purdy bailed them out by being awesome.
People got to stop getting obsessed with the intangibles of a guy who can throw 60 yards from his knees and run a 40 in like 4.3 seconds.
100%.
Because you don't do that in a damn game.
Nope. No, you don't. You can't. If you're on your knees, you don't get to throw.
So is Deebo Samuel just an irrelevant rest of the year guy for you guys?
4 straight games, single digits. Juwan Jennings is the number 1 receiver.
Says there's no problem, but I looked at the numbers, Deebo, and turns out you are indeed the father of the leading drops in the league. That is your baby to hold.
He's
drops most. That's a problem.
Here's the part that's frustrating. Deebo Samuel, we've seen him do it. The talent's there. And we have a situation where the Niners have injuries like crazy. Ayuk's out for the season. McCaffrey came back, went back out for the season. Jordan Mason's
killing me last week.
Yeah, Kittle's playing well, but
calm down.
This should have been the year that Deebo Samuel stepped in and had a season like he did a few seasons ago.
No Ayuk you know what I mean? Like all that shit you said. It's
but he's not running the ball well. He's not catching the ball.
He looks sluggish, ruggish, bone.
It's the sluggish ruggish. That's his new sluggish ruggish. Yeah, but dude,
he used to be a league winner, man.
If I've got Deebo, it's a no for me. I'm finding somebody else. I'm scrolling down trying to find where he is on the Fantasy Pros Flex rankings, PPR. Deebo at number 72.
Yikes, that's unstartable.
Right?
That's not even throw a fucking dart, dude.
Dude, no, it's right behind Jonnu Smith, tight end.
I'd rather have him. He's had like 300-yard games out of 4.
There are 7 tight ends that they're saying start over Deebo in the flex spot.
Yikes.
He's
trade.
Just ahead of Michael Pittman and Sincere McCormick. And that's the reality.
Sincerely yours, McCormick.
McCormick. Oh, jeez, dude. No, it's bad. No, you can't start him. I mean,
And you know what you're doing with the Rams. You're starting Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp, and my tender sweet Pookers.
Yeah, Puka's awesome.
God,
all that
I
stuff.
Can't get a hold of him.
All that stuff is like no-brainer stuff. We needed to bring up Deebo because it's playoff time
atrocious.
and you can't start him. And you have to talk about Isaac Guerrero because he hasn't practiced this week.
Yeah.
He's got a Q by his name, and the only guy I think they have left in San Francisco. Patrick Taylor.
Do you think he's looking in the mirror right now at himself going, you're not going to get hurt. Dude, you're okay.
I mean,
he's about to get his leg shredded or something because it's just, you guys are cursed this particular year.
RB5 on the depth chart.
Who, you know who everyone keeps listing these quarterbacks, like you said, RB4. I'm like, who the fuck is 3? Say RB5. I'm who the fuck is 3? Mm-hmm. It's, and it was just on the tip of my tongue, but I was too busy. What's his nuts? He got hurt. Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell.
I forgot all about him.
Yeah, I was struggling too. Yeah.
He was a tender little prospect, but again, can't stay healthy. McCaffrey's all but done. So you're looking at dynasty-wise, I know he's hurt now, but Taylor is a 26-year-old journeyman. Guerrero could be the guy next year.
He should be. I mean, obviously, if McCaffrey...
They're going to bring someone in.
If McCaffrey can get back healthy, he's going to have that starting job. He's going to be there,
but he's going to get hurt.
But Guerrero has
fast.
Super fast.
He's built. He's a little svelte. He's not like a little wimpy wimp sack, you know?
Yeah.
He's hefty cinch sack.
But yet, in the same note, he gets one start, and now he's hurt.
It's the uni. Kyle, what are you doing, bro? Shanahan, what's your... Hey, Handerhan.
Keep an eye on it because there's a really good possibility that he hasn't practiced just because it's the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That they're just like, okay, rest. We need you there for Thursday. He hasn't been ruled out. So, but go pick up Patrick Taylor.
Yeah.
And wait and see. But, man, here's where we're at in the fantasy playoffs.
Garendo.
You're looking at Isaac Garendo or Patrick Taylor and potentially plugging that guy in your lineup.
Just plugging them in.
Cowboys at Panthers. Okay, so you watched. I watched. Did you watch it? You watched the Simpsons cast. You said you did.
Yeah.
That was fun, dude.
It's a good time.
That was fun.
It got my oldest is 6. He's already engaged in sports, but this really got him more. Like he was like, oh, this is cool. So yeah, good deal. I liked that it was the Simpsons. I needed it to be the Simpsons of all the things for good luck. I don't know why I needed it. The Bengals had Bart. It was just all I needed to win the fantasy game. I'm such a dork.
I needed a big game from Joe Burrow, and I got it to get into one set of playoffs.
Lisa Simpson pulled some shit off for me.
It was awesome. And like you said, with Barrett, my son Braylon is 18, but never has cared about sports. But I was like, hey, bud, check this out.
He's probably like, oh.
He sat down and for 30 minutes watched it with me, and I explained the game, and he's like, well, okay, so that's how it works. All right, yeah. And then it took that.
There's people who are not into sports at all and people who die for it. It's a crazy thing to have people who aren't into it get into it through a different avenue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not through you and I came in the regular front door of sports. Like,
Yeah.
hey, all sports. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
but when
Joe
you can
Montana.
catch a non-sports fan in the, like you're saying, in the light you caught it. That's the beauty of that option. And I really like the Nickelodeon games with the slime and
Agreed.
stuff. It's
that
just
stuff is fun, man.
It's
different.
It's doing no harm. It's on a separate channel. It's not like they pigeonhole it. Like tonight, you have to. Like, oh, I just want to watch football.
It's the only way to watch it. Yeah, it's just
and
an
then you
option.
got the Manning cast. If we're in a great time, fantasy football. It's a great time to be alive and playing this shit.
You F with the Manning cast?
Yeah.
Dude, I F with the Manning cast.
The last Manning cast was the best Manning cast ever, I thought, with Bill on there and Chris Collinsworth laughing his way through the damn interview.
Collinsworth's such a clown, dude. But,
John Legend was great.
yeah.
Eli and
But Collinsworth predicted the Jamar Chase touchdown
yeah, he did
at the end.
That was
So
heat.
best prediction ever on the Manning
That's
cast.
what I would have predicted. I would have been like, let's see.
But I mean, come on. It wasn't like a, hey, they're
Jamar Chase delivered. That's all.
It wasn't like, hey, they're in the red zone and it's like a
No,
5-yard slant to Jamar Chase. It was
Yeah.
like a huge play. He's like, hey,
it's gonna
Jamar
be a
Chase touchdown wins the game.
Well, you gotta say like it's gotta be. Did I mention
Dude,
Pat Holmes?
it was-
of
course he did.
Kansas City.
But that was fun. It was less glitchy than the Toy Story attempt last year.
They
ironed some bugs
It's
out.
a program that's delayed by I think like 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it gives the program time to acclimate to the live action. They had better, like you said, crisper, and there was more animations. And fuck Toy Story compared to The Simpsons. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like,
Yeah,
God,
agreed.
Simpsons is lit. So yeah, good time. Great time.
All right, Cowboys at Panthers. CeeDee Lamb had a nice game. Rico Dowdle had another nice game.
Yeah, those are
That's it.
yeah. It's tough to really, for me, if Rico's part of your plans going forward, you're just hoping he falls in the end zone. He's not very dynamic, in my opinion. So it's not a very inspiring start, but the numbers would lead you to believe that you have to start him. So good luck.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like
people.
he's not like a superstar.
No, but you get what I'm saying. It's just not an inspiring. I like my lineup to be full of inspiring superhero, magnetic personalities, not a bunch of Rico
Dowdles.
doodles.
Yeah, last 3 games, 15.1, 21.3, 11.8.
There you go.
And now he's at Carolina, who is the second worst team in the league
If a
against
dude
opposing
gets
running
a
backs.
21 and it gave you like a stiffy, that means he's a reg, and
Yeah.
he got you the highest he's ever going to get is a 2-1er.
But this is a really good matchup, though, dude. Carolina's really bad against the run.
Sure.
And
Which means they'll fucking stop him.
you like him over Debo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to.
Yeah,
you have to.
right?
You just have to.
I mean, to me, you've got to be pretty loaded or have a pretty small, starting, like we start 9 dudes.
Yeah, you like you said, you might have to a smaller requirement for starting lineups.
But Rico's making it in most lineups.
Yeah.
All right. And then on the other side of the ball, the Panthers, dude, Jonathan Brooks.
So sad.
Re-tears his ACL.
Yeah, he was one of my investment pieces in the Chris League, so that set me back fucking till 2030. So, no, if you're a Chuba Hubbard owner,
Good for Chuba.
You've been riding the wave of consistency. Then John came back. There's a little dip. Now you can go ahead and set that motherfucker free. He is going to be running wild.
Running.
Running.
No, he's in. I like him as a play. And, dude, Adam Thielen.
Oh,
this
what
doesn't
a
make any
Thielen.
sense. And I still don't know if I'd be comfortable in this week 1 of the playoffs.
Some people have no choice. I've seen a couple of rosters where they're like, dude, I'm shorthanded. I'm lucky I even have Thielen. So if you're just like, there's worse desperation flexes you can play, he's probably going to do some shit.
Last 2 games.
That's what he does.
10 targets, 8 catches, 99 and a touchdown. 11 targets, 9 catches, 102. Bryce Young has looked much better, and Thielen has been like...
He's a crafty veteran, and Bryce is leaning on him.
Yeah.
So you're going to... I would think the trend continues.
Yeah.
Again, not an inspiring start. You're going to bed just absolutely cold sweats.
Yeah, like, oh God.
You might even barf in the wastebasket, but I'm going to tell you what. just
you wake up Sunday morning just vomiting.
Just like, oh God, the anxiety of it all.
Honey, are you okay? Did you have some bad chowder?
Yeah.
No, I've got Thielen in my lineup, and I don't know if I
got
like
a bad Thielen in my tummy.
But he's been good, so I'm not mad at you.
It's a little time machine Thielen.
Chiefs at Browns, 12-1 Chiefs.
I love the memes I keep seeing of the Chiefs every time they pull off these miracle victories. It's Jesse from Breaking Bad going, they can't keep getting away with it.
And, of course, they bounce a field goal off the upright and in to win that game.
Scott Hansen says, stoink.
Stoinked it.
Love him.
Yeah.
Very little. He's just such a cornball.
He is.
So corny. He loves his 7 hours of commercial-free football starts. Meow.
I mean, are you starting anybody on the Chiefs?
Not on purpose.
No.
I think you're still dragging the carcass of Travis Kelce out there because tight end, you're he could easily have a 6-catch, 50-yard, 2-tutty game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I shouldn't say
but he's
easily.
he's only had 2 touchdowns on the whole season, so that'd be
the reign of
but
Chiefs being the best NFL team has not come to an end, but I think the Chiefs of old fantasy is gone. You can't put Worthy out there.
I mean,
he's not worthy. He's not worthy.
He's maybe going to get you 9 or 10 points. Maybe
actually is worthy, but he's not worthy.
He might be eventually, but right now
you're praying for a bomb.
And Pacheco is back, but hasn't done anything fantasy of
his
note.
Body's back, but did his soul ever come back in?
Great question, bro. Deep too.
It's like
super deep.
Yeah, I've been watching Weekend at Bernie's, so that's why the philosophies are so airtight.
They're just out there. They're just out there carrying around the corpse of Pacheco.
I don't think he's
sunglasses
real,
on.
He just 3rd and 1. Pacheco looks like he's leaning on Mahomes.
Weekend at Pacheco's.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And the Browns.
I mean,
go ahead.
As a real team, dodo. But as a fantasy squad, hey-oh.
All it takes.
Hey-oh. I mean, Winston, just
all
throw
it
him in
takes
there.
Is Jameis Winston.
Get you a little, have a party, eat some crab, eat a W, and then get Judy out there?
So weird that
Judy's been an absolute nothing for his whole career.
Yeah, a huge disappointment.
Okay, and now all of a sudden I made a crucial mistake in a dynasty league, getting rid of Judy. But there's nothing I could do.
How would you know, though, man?
Nobody. I tried to spice up the deal, and now it looks too fucking spicy.
Fantasy Pros has him at 18, ahead of Garrett Wilson, Malik Neighbors, Lad McConkey, Calvin Ridley, Zay Flowers.
I'm dragging him out there against you in our little shit bowl matchup.
You should. I would.
That's
if I
my number one stunner. I'm about to get after it.
They've got him behind Juwan Jennings, T. Higgins, Devontae Adams, and Cortland Sutton.
T. Higgins.
Agreed.
God damn him.
Yeah, I like Judy ahead of maybe not Juwan Jennings, but the other guys I just mentioned. I like him better than T.
Holy
Higgins.
shit, here's my
Devontae
statement.
Adams and Cortland Sutton.
Bold statement of the week. If I was in a redraft, and the trade deadline was still open, I would ship T. Higgins straight up for Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, in a redraft?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if
I would pray for it.
If you sent that to me, I would reject it.
I know you would. That's why I wouldn't send it.
And I'm a Niners fan,
know,
so maybe that's
makes it
different.
harder. It makes it harder.
But if I weren't a Niners fan, I would still reject that.
And then you send me a picture of an empty bowl of chowder that you scraped up. Ate that.
But now I'm going to have to go to the potty for a little bit because
now
feel
his
good.
tummy hurts.
Love you, Eric.
Got a soup bone stuck in my esophagus.
But there's no running backs on the Browns. I mean, Chubb isn't going to do anything for you.
He's a
Jerome Ford isn't. They can't.
Prey falls in the end zone lottery ticket. I think Chubb's value lies in next year's health and his new team.
Also, a really tough matchup, man. The Chiefs' defense is no joke.
No joke.
So, what about Jameis? How do we feel about Jameis?
Low end QB1, high end QB2, kind of like a fringe starter in a 10-man league and a 12-man in a super flex. He's boom,
Of course,
bam, boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know where,
dude. Fantasy Pros has him at 16. Like, don't even.
Yeah,
they've got him behind Stroud, Baker, Mahomes. Same game. I'd play him over Mahomes.
I'd play him over Mahomes just because of he just throws it like 50 times, man.
Justin Ebert.
Oh, Guy Hebert.
All right, let's move it on. The Dolphins at the Texans. Texans are somehow 8-5.
Yeah, that's wild.
Dolphins have clawed their way back to a semi-respectable 6-7.
Tua's been very consistent.
Yep.
I have a situation where I need to play my 2 out of my 3 in my super flex, and it's Jordan Love, Tua, and Richardson, and I'm not even thinking about Richardson.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I'm not even thinking about him. I'm
I
like,
agree.
Tua has had 3 or 4 games in a row of 20 plus. Mm-hmm. Jordan Love, you just can't sit him. I just think that offense can go off at any time.
Agreed.
So, yeah, I really respect Tua's ability to throw the check down. That's what makes that because he doesn't make dumb throws like, I'm just going to bomb it. He sees what the defense is given, reads it, and that gives you a chance with Tyreek Hill, as you've seen. Now, I don't know what happened to Jalen Waddle. That used to be what made Tua like a must start.
Yeah. He had 2 number 1 receivers.
Right.
But now, Jalen Waddle is nothing.
Jonnu Smith's a
Jonnu
sneaky
Smith.
pick. So if you need a tight end this week, you could do worse than Jonnu. But you could be starting fucking Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. Ew. We talked about Tua last week, saying he scored like 30 points in 3 straight games. And then he came out last week and did the same thing.
Yeah.
33 completions, 331 yards.
And the only reason I gave
tutties.
you the reference of 20 and over is because I'm in the super flex. He gets 4 for throwing touchdowns, so it skews that number down.
That makes sense.
So, again, in a regular scoring league where you have 1
6.
QB6, then he's a league winner because
He's a monster.
He is capable. Not a lot of quarterback ceilings are as high as his with Waddle and he can easily. Of all the quarterbacks, he has a higher percentage, I should say, of being able to put up like that 50 burger,
Fantasy Pros has him at 7 behind here. Obviously, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts. I like him better than all those guys, but they also have Sam Darnold just ahead of him.
Just a pinch of Sam D.
Sam Darnold.
What a story.
We'll talk about him in a minute because I've got some numbers on old Sammy Darnold that are very impressive. But yeah, obvious stuff. And I'm sitting Jalen Waddle. He's Miami's version of Deebo Samuel.
Man.
Yeah, he's on my bench if I have him, which I don't.
Good
Nice.
boy.
Thanks.
My God, Tyreek. I'm hoping he gets more touchdowns than Baby's made this year. That'd be ultimately what wins me the league.
Well, one can only hope. For the Texans, there's no-brainers like Joe Mixon and Nico.
Those are league winners. You're happy they're off the bye. Thanks for that bye week last week, NFL.
Right.
That helped. I was fighting for my life without Joe Mixon. I'm like that R. Kelly me. He's like, I'm fighting for my life over here, man. Well, you lost.
I'm not feeling great if it's week 1 of my fantasy playoffs and I've got C.J. Stroud, though.
Nah, you did last year. Now this year you don't.
You just don't.
It's a little bit of the sophomore slump. It's a real thing. I don't know why. It's weird.
Yeah.
You think sophomore year you'd be kicking it even harder, but
Yeah, we were awesome sophomore year.
yeah,
Some of the coolest
we were
dudes.
lit. I think I had a little downturn junior year, but that negates the sophomore slump. So
Yeah.
nothing I could
We
do.
came
It was
back
a-
strong
It was a
senior
rough
year.
year. Yeah, went out with a real bang. Somehow a diploma.
All of our families were just shocked up there
Like,
watching
you guys,
us.
You're
guys
graduating?
really- you guys really
Should we
did,
go
huh?
to this?
Just waiting until they call our names to really believe it. Yeah, I'm not starting him. I'm not starting CJ unless I absolutely have to.
He's again. Would you go CJ Stroud or Jameis Winston?
Jameis Winston.
All right, there you are.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Jets at the Jags, 3-10 at 3-10.
Something's got to give.
Does it? Yeah.
Something's got to give. Tie.
This has tie written all over it.
Let it be 11-11.
3-10-1, 3-10-1.
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be a shit show.
Is Brees Hall? Brees Hall's questionable. There's some kid named like Isaiah Davis or something.
Yeah, you're not trusting those backups. They showed their true colors. It's a split committee. One of them, whichever one you pick, the other one's going to have the day.
Ugh.
You got to keep dragging Garrett Wilson out there.
If you've made it this far,
You just do it. He could have a big game. He's still getting the targets. Just let it shake out. Devontae's a starter. Flex, not
you
like
don't. But you don't feel great because the Jets have been bad.
Yeah.
but
Lately, the past couple of games, they've kind of been feeding Devontae. Who are they playing again?
They're
Jets. You just said the Jags.
just
Sorry,
said-
my bad.
Yeah, already forgot.
Yeah, because it's that
Yep.
nonsense. But Brian Thomas Jr. on the Jags is awesome.
He had 0 fantasy points in the first half.
Yes.
and then came alive in the second half and ended up with a big fantasy day.
Yeah, and you play the full game, so
Yeah.
If you're only in a first half only fantasy football league, first of all,
Weird.
fuck off. That's
Never seen that setting.
That'd be cool, dude. Like you're one of those people like, oh, I can't watch a whole game. I win halftime. Fuck you. It's Michael Scott getting injured. He's like, what's the score? All right. Well, I hate to do it, but
30 miles an hour.
that's mine.
That's mine.
Beat it.
Man, the last 3 games, Adams has got 13.2, 17.6, and 25.9.
Respect him.
Okay.
I just want a little respect on his name.
All right. I wasn't respecting him, but
I was just trying to pop the lid open, and you came over and slammed it down. You're like, out, Dan. Stay out of there. Stay out of here, Dewey. There's nothing but fantasy points and wins in here. You're going to hate it.
cocaine.
I don't know. I think I want to try me some of that Devontae Adams.
Outside of Brian Thomas,
I dare you? No, I mean.
how about that?
No.
How about that?
Would you look at that?
Just look at it.
Would you look at it?
No.
Do it.
I don't
Well, would you look at Mac Jones?
and I'm
Would ya?
nervous. I'm nervous about that. And
What about Mac Jones in general?
no, well, yeah.
He gritties and shit. He's hype.
But about Brian Thomas.
Yeah, it's a very efficiency dependent receiver. But again, we're looking at dudes who consistently find a way to get it done. He's putting up IU kind of numbers this year.
Let me tell you what my buddy's got going on in a half-point PPR league.
Let me tell you something.
Real
Your buddy
quick.
sounds like a real
My buddy's
shit
awesome.
wagon.
My buddy's super cool. The league could use some work, but my buddy's cool.
Is it the league where I'm down to fight half of them?
Yes, that's the one.
It's awesome. I mean, I can't afford to go to jail, and I'd probably get my ass whooped by some unknown. But
Yeah, they're older than you.
oh well, I could at least get them tired.
My buddy's got Brian Thomas Jr. Again, half-point PPR. Then-
Again, yeah, half the fun. I get it.
On the bench, he has Ramondre Stevenson, who you love.
Love that prick. don't
Remember, it's half-point.
I'll keep that
full.
in mind.
He's got Roma Dunze, and he's got Devontae Smith.
I'm going to Dunze and Devonta.
Over both of them over Brian Thomas.
I mean, if you want, look at the squeaky wheel's going to get fed in Philly.
I mean, he also has Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Evans, Kyron Williams, James Cook, and Juwan Jennings.
I mean, those
all
guys
out
are
there.
all in.
Right, those guys are all in. That's no brainer. So it's
But-
one spot.
You, in one breath, you have Brian's
My buddy
back,
has.
and in another breath, you don't because you're like scared of his first half.
Scared. I'm scared of him. My buddy's scared. Anyhow, that's what my buddy's going
Buddy's
up
a
against. So
freaking wimp.
he's got. Listen, he's getting older,
Wimp
but
slash dork. God, get him out of here.
All right.
Half point.
Speaking of get out of
What
here.
if I showed up at your birthday party and you're like, dude, we got half balloons. My mom got me half a cake.
So at our
You
age,
know what I mean?
that's all we
if
need.
you explain to them like that, they might go, oh. Or they'll go, yeah, what's the problem? Then you'll know the real kind of people you're dealing with.
Yeah, we'll
they're
be
dumb.
Like, man,
either
I miss
way.
the old days when there was no cake and no balloons.
Yeah. Remember when your dad used to kick the shit out of you birthday morning? Yeah, great time. Let's also bring back the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression.
All right, Commanders at Saints. Let's do this one.
Sir, yes, sir. Commander. Commander, sir.
Derek Carr fractured his left hand, I think,
Good.
last
Get him
week.
out of here. He makes me sick.
He's doubtful. Doubtful I would have started him anyway.
Good, great. Who needs you? Get out of here.
Sorry, baby.
I want to kiss you all.
The kids don't know what we're talking about.
Dun, 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 dun.
How's Kamara been doing? Has he been doing anything?
He shit the bed last week. I think he had like a 4-burger.
Yeah, either way, you got to start him.
You got to start him.
Fantasy playoffs.
You made this mess. You fucking clean it up.
Yep.
So you got no choice. He's in a shit offense. And for dynasty purposes, man, you painted yourself into a corner because he's going to be 30 in a shit offense. So I hope you're going to try to win your league with him, because if not, if you're sitting out of the playoffs with Kamara on your team in a dynasty, you fucked up.
Glad I traded him a couple years ago in Dynasty. That was a good
Probably
move.
people are more glad they got rid of Dalvin Cook. The ass end of that fell out way quicker, same year and everything.
No joke.
I mean,
Wow.
the ass end of that fell right the fuck out.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling, if you dare. But that's the fringe kind of play we're talking about. But
Yeah, if you're into the Grinch and Krampus, this might be your holiday start.
But all honesty, you're chasing what happened 3 weeks ago. And that's not going to happen again, most likely.
Yeah, just like a dude doing blow off a bathroom stall for the first time, you're going to be chasing that rush that you won't be able to achieve ever again.
Just like that.
Just like that.
For the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, of course. Scary Terry.
Love
Absolutely.
it. I need Scary Terry to just go fucking oof. Oof.
And
Fukin.
who else do we have there?
Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson. There's no injuries or anything. You never know with him, man.
You just start him. He's the kind of guy who gets you a hundy and a touchy.
Yeah. Eckler's out, so
Yeah. I like B-Rob. He
Yep.
flies under the radar with no respect.
nice and easy. Ravens at the Giants.
Nice and easy.
Well, it's nice when you don't have. Do I? Do I not?
Yeah. Oh, I like even if they don't perform, you feel good.
Plug those guys in.
Plug them.
The Ravens are pretty. That's also another.
They're pretty.
Easy one.
They are pretty. It's a good looking
That's
bird.
a good. Yeah. No, the color scheme.
Yeah.
It's always been cool.
So what do you like about the Ravens?
I mean, obviously, old King Henry and Lamar. That's no brainer
Those
stuff.
are likable.
The only real questions are you trusting Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews?
I mean, I think I could trust Zay Flowers with like the safety of my family,
Oh, sure.
but I don't know if I could trust him with the safety of my fantasy football team.
Which is more important?
Well, right now it's the fantasy football team because you've got to win at all costs.
Yeah. To provide for your family.
To provide for my family.
Now, in full point PPR, he does have double digits the last 3 weeks, but those double digits are 11.9, 11.2, and 10.1.
Those are your traditional dip the toe into the double digi realm. You'd prefer if all 3 of those weeks were one game, if that was added up to like a 30 burger.
Yeah.
And then he stacked a bunch of those together.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Paid
Not
by
so
the
much.
numbers would be cool. But here, again, he's not a red zone threat. So you're depending on him to get high volume PPR and bust one open for you.
And it's going to need to happen in the first half because
They end up getting up. So what's the defense ranked?
the Giants are 4th in the league against opposing running backs or against opposing receivers.
Because they just get ran all over.
Exactly. And they're 22nd against running backs.
So
because
again, it's game script, like you're saying. So it may be if he's a coin flip, that's his downside. If you're like between two guys, you got to look at his con is game script.
I feel like with Zay Flowers this week, it's a ceiling of like 13.
Yeah.
And a floor of like 4.
A floor of fuck. I started Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
God damn it. Why didn't I start the other guy? Yeah. Maybe don't start Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
Maybe steer clear of that.
I would try.
Unless you
not.
got some Flonase, because them flowers might get you a little pollen and then a little bit stuffy.
But I think it's a big Derrick Henry game to start off.
When you're the king,
playoffs,
life's good.
And I think it's a modest Lamar Jackson game.
Boy, I played the team I eliminated to get into the playoffs, had Lamar on a bye week.
Nice.
Suck that. Dick.
Yeah, it's stupid, dude. To
You had
have
to put in Cooper Rush.
just a bye week, the very last week of the regular season.
They don't care
So
about fantasy
dumb.
football.
So dumb. But yeah, you can't not start Lamar. But if you need a big, huge week from him, he does not need a big, huge week to beat the Giants.
No, he may get one. I mean, we might be looking at like a 30-point first half, and then obviously
Yeah.
doesn't give you anything else. But again, game script. It could be defense and King Henry. Before you know it, it's 21-0, and it's just run.
Mm-hmm. And then as far as the Giants go,
Well, you can keep getting. I try to tell everyone Malik Neighbors is going to be on your roster if you're out of the playoffs. Again, he tried as hard as he fucking could and got you like 5 for 80, like just a little bit.
last week,
Yeah,
I mean 14.9 fantasy points, 5 for 79.
And that's as hard as he could go. You know what I mean? That's his ceiling until they get Shador Sanders.
And I can't wait for that day.
Now that changes everything.
Yep.
But we're not playing in a futures league
No.
where you're like, all right, everyone, predict what your guy would have scored.
So are you benching Malik Neighbors this week?
If I have a better option, I'm going to look at the numbers and not the back of the jersey, because the back of the jersey says, fucking Malik Neighbors, go.
Yeah, he's
But
real
logic
good.
will tell you there's dudes out there. Like, there's got to be a situation where you are on the fence about like a Jawan Jennings and a Neighbors or something. Maybe you don't have enough depth to put them both in.
Fantasy Pros and the Flex rankings, they have Neighbors at 37, just ahead of Lad McConkey.
Who's hurt and didn't play last week.
McConkey, he's got no injury designation
Okay,
now.
so he's a great pickup. I
yeah.
think he's ranked too low. I think Neighbors is right where I'd put him.
Yeah, you've got him behind Kittle, 2 spots behind Jerry Jeudy. Please, dude. Jerry Jeudy is a league winner this week.
Fuck.
Behind Wilson, Juwan Jennings, behind T. Higgins. I think he's pretty even with T. Higgins this week.
Fucking T.
Yep. Anyhow, if you're relying on Malik Neighbors, like you've said, you're probably not playing for anything this week anyway.
No.
And Tyrone Tracy's still a decent
Keep dragging
start
him out there.
for some reason.
13-point kind of prediction start, Shit.
All right, your high-scoring Bengals go on the road to take on the Titans, 5-8 at 3-10. Hey, the Bengals could win.
Yeah, we need it. I mean, we won the Simpsons game last week.
I mean, you don't need it. You're not making the playoffs, so
We could still wild card, can't we? Yeah, are we
I don't
still
know.
if we win
5-8,
out?
can you?
I don't know. Shit.
I don't have the standings in front
I
of me.
hold out hope, man, until someone sends me an email that says Bengals are out.
Mathematically
We're in.
out?
Yeah, we're in it.
All right, well, keep winning then, buddy.
I mean, there is not a Bengals player that's not going to be in your starting lineup, despite,
Starting T?
You got to start T.
Okay.
I know it sucks, but what else are you going to do if he sits down? That's the game he goes off.
It's a good matchup. It's a good matchup to start
there's
everybody.
plenty of balls to go around for everyone in that
That's
offense.
what she said.
Chase Brown's, wow,
Yeah, he's good.
love him.
Pretty good. Jumped in the Salvation Army pot.
And then put his hands up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what'd I do?
Because they tried to be like, no touchdown. And he's
Stepped
like,
out.
didn't step out.
Nailed
Touchdown.
it. It was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. But I agree with you, man. I'm okay with starting all those guys. And then from the Titans,
Boy, you're just dragging old Nick Westbrook Akine out there and praying for a tutty. That's
Touchdown.
all. Yeah. I mean,
Touchdown.
everyone's going to be starting Calvin Ridley.
and Scott Pollard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to definitely get the ghost of Scott Pollard, Little Scott Pollard.
Who is Scott Pollard?
He
Did we
is.
go to high school with Scott Pollard?
No, fuck no. No, he played like center in the NBA. Dude,
Okay,
and played
I
at
was-
Kansas, I think,
all
in
right.
college.
There it
He
is.
had like the samurai ponytail and the weird facial hair.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, he was a problem in the middle.
Yeah, he was. He was a problem for sure. Pats at Cardinals. These games suck, dude. I'm not having any fun going through these.
The
games.
Cardinals on paper look fun. Fuck James Conner. He got up in my ass last week.
Yep.
Still won the game, but he wouldn't go away. He just won't go away.
That's been his whole career.
He just won't go the fuck away.
It's just James Conner.
I wish Marvin Harrison would go the fuck away. What a wasted rookie year. He'll
Hang on tight in Dynasty.
Yeah, you hang on to your short hairs unless someone wants to 3 draft pick you in us young stud.
Tell you what, Cardinals are not very good against the run. Ramondre.
Uh-oh.
In a half
Ramondre B. Stevenson. Here's the deal. That New England offense, in my opinion, is a little more acceptable now that they have Drake May playing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm not as bullish on. I still hate him. Still
You do.
fucking despise him.
You hate him the same way I hated Lee Evans back in the day.
Hey,
It's weird.
Whoa, I'm a Lee Evans proponent.
You
So
would never propone Lee Evans.
oh man, I will propone
You ever propone him?
propone him right in the old. You know.
The Colts at the Broncos.
Yay, the Broncos, another team like they suck and they drafted Bo Nix.
Yeah, they're
don't
8-5.
Yeah, going to playoffs.
Oh, playoffs.
Oh, Bo Nix.
Bo Nix better than
League
Tim
winner?
Tebow.
Holy shit. So, yeah, you got Bo Nix. You've got an absolute train wreck in the backfield. You can't trust any of those assholes. The ghost of Cortland Sutton's a must start.
Yeah, you got to put him in
You know
there,
what I
man.
mean?
Bo Nix throws the ball. Cortland Sutton catches the ball. That's the whole.
That's the gimmick.
That's the whole thing.
That's the shtick. Okay, yeah.
And it works.
Yep.
It's working. They're 8-5. For the Colts, though,
I mean, you're either
Anthony Richardson's a super flex play, and that's it.
he's gonna come out and score 40 or 14, something weird. You know what I mean? You're not
Yeah.
gonna just get that steady 80-20 this week. I don't know what. I can't trust him.
I don't trust him either. Jonathan Taylor is the only one I actually trust.
And it's
on
weird
that
to
team.
trust him because he sucks now.
Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, his numbers have been poop. Ever since I traded for him from Roy in the radio league, he's eaten absolute shit burgers.
Well, I hope that he does suck because I'm playing against him.
He can suck this week. I need him next week because I have what they call a first round bye in the playoffs in the radio league because I whoop so much fucking ass.
Last time Colts had a bye last week, but in week 13 at New England, he had 17.3.
Yeah, boy, that's better.
But
Before that, he was eating shit, wasn't he?
the 2 games before that, the 3.5 and 7.
Yeah, that's shit.
That's
See,
what we
I
need.
knew it was poop again.
That's what we need. In Denver, it's on the road at Denver. Denver's 6th in the league against opposing running backs
So
in
get
fantasy.
run him out there.
That Denver defense is good, man.
That John Denver, though,
That guy's full of shit.
full of shit.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm not excited about any of the Colts this week. That Denver defense is good. They're
Yeah.
on the road.
You
Jonathan
can't trust
Taylor's the only guy who
Pittman.
would. No. We've said too much.
Yeah. We've lingered too
Yeah.
long, sir.
We don't need to discuss Pittman ever.
Sorry about that.
too bad, man.
I've been drinking winter spiced soda. I'm very
I thought he was going to be like a stud,
yeah.
Michael Pittman.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Anthony Richardson was going to be a top 10 league winner with his rushing
Mm-hmm.
ability. Turns out.
Game of the week? Question mark.
Who is it, bub?
Bills
Packers?
at Lions.
Oh, Bills at Lions. I like it.
10-3 at 12-1.
Potential Super Bowl preview.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Mapes.
Looking like the 2 best teams. I don't think anybody believes that the Chiefs are one of the best 2 teams in the league. But
They're one of the luckiest.
but they've got the best record along with
And
the
they
Lions.
got until Mahomes is out of the league, they still got Mahomes.
They've got Mahomes.
and he's special.
But I think you unleash everyone in this game that you can.
Yeah.
Right?
Unleash. I like it.
There's not even a fringe do I or do I
No,
not.
you
just
know who your Bills
get
are.
'em out there.
I would, however, like just a little more respect put on Khalil Shakir's name. I don't think he gets enough attention.
Who
for
is
what-
it? Okay. But nobody's like disrespecting him.
No, but
you're
I
right.
want more Wuhspect, not just disrespect.
Right.
Wuhspect. You know what I mean? If you're just in the middle of respect and disrespect, that's not fair. You're either kind of a shit or you're the shit.
Let's take a quick look at old Mr. Khalil Shakir.
I'm not gonna lie. This look better be quick.
It's
I never called someone out on it. Let's just take a quick look.
21.6.
What are we talking? 2 seconds?
21.6 last week, 7 the week
Yeah, I
before.
mean, there's some bags of shit. in there.
15, 11.8, 11, 19.9, 13.5.
How about just overall score? That usually cuts to the chase.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's a lot of straight games of double digits.
Right? He's a
So-
good yak guy.
Yep. Yeah, no, respect.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Just all I was asking were hashtag Wuhspect.
Got a little respect.
Just Wuhspect on
Yeah,
that name.
respect them.
All three of y'all.
Yep. All right, yeah, get him out there.
Unleash the bro. Dude.
Unleash,
Get him.
unleash the guys.
He feels like a sneaky end of the bench league winner.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, watch the game. I bet he pops off for a tutty.
Yeah,
There it is.
it's like that. He's that guy in the other lineup when you're looking like, all right, man,
Don't have to worry about him.
I can beat this team. And all he's got Shakir, and then he comes out and puts 22 on you, and you're like, God damn it.
You're like, if he would have just sucked. No,
I had no respect for that guy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you don't come to game day with Wuhspect on his name, you're going to get ruined. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can fight dudes who are mad that I say Wuhspect. You know, hey, that's how my blood
You
says
say
it.
Wuhspect.
It sounds like you say it that way too, pal. Wuhspect. You know, Wuhspect my wasabi.
All right. Buccaneers at Chargers.
Oh, go Chargers, go.
I don't know what to do with Tampa Bay and the running backs, man.
Yeah, you're at the point where if you own both, it's a situation, and I hate to say it out loud because it's just bad juju, is to, I need one of you fuckers to get hurt. Pull a hammy, roll an ankle, twist a wrist. God, twist a wrist. One of you guys, please.
I mean, either one of them any given week is going to get you 22 fantasy points.
Yeah. Which one, though?
Don't know.
Man, you like playing with fire.
I don't know.
Get one of them dudes in there.
Mike Evans had a stinker last week, but you have to plug him in.
Yeah, you got to plug them in.
Mm-hmm. And the Chargers defense is really good, though, so it's scary.
Yeah, if Harbaugh runs a tight ship on D and a game clock management kind of offense, so your touches, too, are limited in a game against them. So, yeah, mad Wuhspect.
Mm-hmm. For the Chargers, though, is J.K. hurt?
He gone.
Okay.
He's IR.
So it's the Gus bus.
It's the Goose Boos and that Patali Potapinko's.
Vitali Potapinko. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's made
You knew who I was talking about. That's
a
fucked.
formidable front court with Scott Pollard back in the day.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Cavs right there.
And so, but with McConkey back, no injury designation, and Quentin Johnston's been good. I kind of like.
He took a hit last week and held on to the ball.
Held on to it.
Man hit over the middle.
When nobody hits him, he drops it.
He drops it. If you put some smoke on him, he's like
mine.
He's a tricky receiver, but I think he's got a good career coming up, man. I really do. He's got some good athleticism. Herbert.
And I think both those guys are decent flex plays this week. McConkey and Johnston.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. And again, they're like a Shakir play. It's the end of the bench where maybe your guys underestimating that part of your lineup and they're about to not.
I think Justin Herbert's a sneaky play too.
There you go.
This week.
Unleash the sneaky.
Mm-hmm. All right. Steelers at the Eagles. Oh, another good one, man. The Steelers are 10-3. Eagles are 11-2.
It's the battle for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously Philadelphia is going to win, but it's the NFL, so maybe not. George Pickens is doubtful.
Yeah. You're not inspired with Mike Williams being the one and Fromel.
And I also think that eliminates Russell Wilson from starting
the
contention.
top 10 of rankings. Yeah.
Yep.
I can agree with that. You got to have that Pickens factor. He'll probably still throw, 280 and 2 tutties though. I mean, that's his high end.
I think that's high. Yeah. I think that's ceiling.
It's not his 350 and 3 that you would want with Pickens, but again, Steelers running backs, it's weird. It's really weird.
Najee.
It's Najee.
That's the only one you can consider.
But what I'm saying is the fact that Warren is there and even somewhat good and takes carries is just frustrating. You just go away, go away.
Yeah, again, they don't care about fantasy.
I think Harris is a Cowboy next year.
Really?
Yep.
What about Wico?
Wuhspect? None. Is this episode going to be called Wuhspect?
Oh, dude, it's going to be called Wuhspect.
Just Wuhspect. Just Wuhspect. Just hashtag Wuhspect.
All right, I'm in. Yeah, just Wuhspect. For the Eagles, though, I mean, Devonta Smith is back. He looked all right last week. Actually, A.J. Brown hasn't been great, but
none of those guys are fringe. They're your classic Matt Berry, your stud start.
Yep.
Discussion.
Yeah. Saquon, Jalen Hurts, boom, on to the next game.
Shout out to ESPN for just ruining his career.
Matthew Berry?
I don't watch him anymore. I know where he's at, and I'm like, you're not on ESPN.
He's on Peacock now.
Yeah. Peacock.
Yeah.
Only one thing I watch on Peacock.
They put him with some like Australian guy.
Yeah, that's not working for me.
It's me neither, dude.
They were like in an Applebee's like booth and shit.
I got
like,
nothing against Australia either.
No, it just feels
seem
wrong.
fun.
It doesn't feels a little seedy.
But it feels like he should be talking about rugby, and you stay away from our football.
Yeah, you don't know shit, mate.
Mate. I love that you threw in mate.
Yep. Sorry about that, bloke, but you don't know shit about football. I don't know shit about rugby. Don't you dare let me talk anything about rugby with my non-Australian voice. Like,
Not a bit of it.
Hey, fellas, rugby.
Got a cousin who plays it. I don't know about it.
I wouldn't fuck with him. Probably tear my arms
He's
off.
big dude.
Yeah, rugby dudes are
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah, he's a
scared.
big dude.
Tell him I said
I will.
respect.
Respect. Hey, we respect rugby.
Mad respect. I got no beef with you, rugby
Have
fellas.
you listened to the podcast? Because we respect rugby.
Mad respect. I know you guys deal with wug bones in those indoor games, so
It's getting out of hand.
yeah, it is. My bad.
No, it's fine. I like it.
I will apologize.
Packers at Seahawks.
Andy, everyone's getting really sick of your baby voice. Well, I'm sorry. Me sorry.
The Office.
That's all right, baby.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't help us.
It's all right, baby.
God.
What's up with the next game, mama?
It's Packers at Seahawks. How about this? Zach Charbonnet.
I love me a tall glass of Chardonnay.
All the way off last week. I don't think Kenny Walker's playing again. I don't think.
It's one of those handcuff situations that I own and love
Yeah.
when Walker goes down because I know I can just pour a tall glass of Chardonnay, kick my feet up, and whoop some arse.
Let's see. Kenny Walker's questionable, considered day-to-day. This came out 2 hours ago. His status is to be determined for Sunday's game, and it's a late game. So have fun with that one. Mm-hmm. God, I hate that. Hopefully it's a situation where you have Walker and Charbonnet, so you
It
can
just sets my mind at ease. I even am, the league I have it in even has a auto sub feature where you can pick up to 3 guys to have an auto sub handy in case you're like,
Really?
Yeah, we can do it in sleeper. I'm gonna probably implement it in the dank league, but it's cool. So like I have Charbonnet, so I just go up and I put him auto sub. So if say I get busy in life, which
happens.
I wouldn't because I'm fantasy.
you're
expert.
locked in. Mm-hmm.
But if I wasn't, it's a great feature for those who are. So it lets you have, for this particular situation, I set it to Charbonnet. If he's out, it automatically puts him in at 11:59.
Perfect.
So bam, boom, bing, suck it in W.
DK Metcalf has been doing nothing.
I'm a big JSN guy, as you know.
He's the number one now,
Yeah.
at least in fantasy.
He's the number one stunner.
Yeah. But DK, I think I made some notes on him for this other podcast.
What? I'm the number one stunner. What?
That's that new one.
New rap. I'm all into the new shit.
Last 4 games. He's like 10 points, 8 points, 8 points, 7 points.
Yeah, that's not going to win you a league.
Nope.
He looks good. Like you see him with no shirt and shit, jumping in a yard, catching the ball like 50
Jacked.
feet. Oh, yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite videos. If you haven't seen it, he's just in like a pair of shorts and he jumps like 80 feet in the air to catch a one-hand ball.
Yeah, not real.
It's not?
No, it's not real.
Dude, it looks real.
I know.
Why do you got to add to a guy who can already jump that high? Why would they add more to it?
It's like that one where
Tom Brady's throwing him into the machine.
Yep.
Well,
It's
you know
like
what?
that. And Michael Vick threw one out of the stadium or something.
Well,
and
I knew that was
Kobe
fake.
Bryant jumped.
Why would they add? Dude, you got to admit that DK one looks real. That's the realest looking one.
Was it did Chris Johnson
There's no way this
jump
is fake.
through a car window?
Why it was moving?
Yes.
This one doesn't represent any of that electric. No, DK Metcalf swearsies this is real.
Yeah, I want to find it. I want to find it too. Oh, that's
What happened?
YouTube Shorts. All right, everybody.
Suck it.
Yeah.
Everyone is here. It is. Look, DK Metcalf went up.
It's this.
Yeah, that's fake.
Hold on, watch this. Yes, dude.
That's fake. Why would that be fake?
He jumped 30 feet in
Dude,
the air.
that's his vertical. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hold on, dude.
Dude, that is not fake. There is no element. That is not CGI. If you're going to CGI, you would have sent him over the fucking moon.
All right. I'll have to Google that later.
Dude,
you might
what's
be
that?
right.
Hey, what's that one thing people use to fact check on the internet?
Snopes.
Snopes. Yeah, it's Snopes.
I
Check
wonder-
on that.
I will. All right.
You know I'm fucking right. That is CGI. Everything you described was awesome. And then they, waste CGI and making him jump like 4 inches higher than he can normally jump?
Dude, I can do this thing with AI on my phone on a video. I can take a video of you and then circle you and just make you go a little bit higher.
Right.
In your jump.
But
It's easy.
I'm not amazed. Everyone will call it up like, Danny, come on, jump that
easy.
high. That's DK fucking Metcalf, dude. Measure that vertical. I'm looking up his vertical. Fuck that shit.
All right. Well, and I'll talk about fantasy. You do that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Pal.
We already talked about liking Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs, obviously.
DK Metcalf's vertical.
Didn't Jaden Reed lay an absolute egg last week? A legitimate 0? Did you? You must not have had any.
I didn't have any stakes in him, so
Yeah, or be going
I
against
didn't
him,
go
right?
against him.
All right, well, let me look this up.
But I do know that 40.5 inches is fucking way up, dude.
It is. Yeah, 0 points last week for Jaden Reed.
Yeah, now I remember because there was a meme about it, how he got on the Amon-Ra St. Brown's podcast and said, when I see y'all in December, Detroit, I'm going to light you fuckers up.
Yeah, he had 1 target,
And he had
0 catches.
And the meme was just everyone like,
Dude.
you didn't.
So because of recency, short-term memory, recency bias stuff, a lot of people, I think, are going to have him on the bench this week.
He's going to go absolutely
I think that's a mistake.
off, yeah.
I think that's a mistake.
He's gotten you this far. He put up a stinker late. If that happened in week 4, you'd be a lot more forgiving.
Better to get that out of the way now.
Yep, instead of when you need him.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
unless that knocked you out of the playoffs, then Godspeed.
yeah, then they'd be mad at Jaden Reed, and I understand.
Yeah.
All right, Monday night we've got a double header, and they overlap. The first game starts at 7, second game at 7:30 Central Standard Time. But the Bears go on the road to take on the Vikings. The Bears just got smoked by San Francisco. I don't want to start anybody from Chicago.
Not on purpose.
For the Vikings.
I mean, you could probably consider DJ Moore because he's just electric.
Okay.
Keenan Allen's too dependent on an accurate quarterback. Adunze, I like him as a red zone target. But again, these aren't high-end options. These are dart throws.
That's that. And this week,
It's do or die, baby.
and if you need to start Rome Odunze, you're not playing for anything important right now. So, but Sam Darnold, this is something you have to take a look at because in his last 4 games, he has thrown 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1,158 yards.
It's a lot of yards. That arm usually ready to throw over 1,000 yards.
Dude, almost 1,200 yards in 4 games with 11 touchdowns.
It's just a lot of numbers.
He is on.
Said.
This is Sam Darnold. You remember?
Oh, yeah, Big Sam.
Remember Sam Darnold?
Yeah. Big old red hair coming to the side.
Yeah, he's a bust.
Luscious
The guy's no good.
Nope. Turns out when you join the league at age 20, you got a few years to develop and you still got your prime left.
Yeah. Oh, the guy's
Who'd
no
have thunk
good.
it? I mean, I can't believe the Jets couldn't develop a quarterback. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and now you remember rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy goes out for the season. And so the Viking season is tanked, dude.
Done.
Jefferson.
The memes
no
were
good.
everywhere. Yeah. There was another guy who got hurt too that was a season ender, like someone on defense. But yeah, Sam Darnold's going to go somewhere and get paid. It won't be Minnesota, but he's going to get some loot somewhere.
Yeah, but they are 11-2, and nobody's talking about them.
Yeah, it's just because it's weird. It's one of those that happens every year. There's a team that's like this where you're just like, this shouldn't be happening, and here it is. And yeah, I would expect the success to continue this week against Chicago.
But because no one on the planet drafted Sam Darnold to be their starting quarterback, yet here we are.
Here we the fuck are. Jeez Louise.
Where's the line? Fantasy Pros has him at 6. I mean, it's fantasy playoff time. Obviously, the 5 top guys, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, Jaden, and Jalen. I like all those guys ahead. Jaden Daniels I might take a look at instead of Sam. I might be like Sam Darnold over Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I could respect that, and I would feel real nice about it too, because it's that Jaden Daniels experience has kind of come back down to earth for my liking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It doesn't feel as dynamic as it was earlier in the year. But again, it could pop off. I mean, he's got Terry. You know, that could get going.
They're at New Orleans. They're not.
It's a
New Orleans
winnable.
isn't
It's
good.
a winnable game, and fantasy wise, like
but enough to start him over Sam Darnold. I don't know, man. He's Darnold's been so good.
Yeah.
They've got him just ahead of Tua, Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray.
And that Bears defense gives it up like a sieve. So I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like
it doesn't. Nobody is like
you got to think about the feet. So if you think that Daniels brings you an extra element of footwork for this week in particular, go with it. But I think overall, believe it or not, the guy to go with between those two is Sam Darnold.
I agree. And then the only other guy I think is worth do I or do I not, because Justin Jefferson, obviously, yes. And I think Addison's is a flex play for sure.
He's a must start.
Yeah.
I don't have any questions about it. Anyone has him in any of our dynasties and you hear this fucking see in the offseason, let me get him.
And I was going to say Aaron Jones, but now looking at his body of work here.
And his hairline.
Yeah, looking at his hairline. Dude is super consistent, man.
Yep.
Super consistent. Chicago's not good against the run.
No, and he's their dude.
Yeah.
There has been little to no signs of any backup running backs getting any time. They said it was going to be like a split between Ty Chandler and fucking Jones, and it's just not.
That's Aaron Jones. He's better.
Yeah, he is. But, they churched it up as
And I think you brought it up last week, man. I think so much of it, when we were like, why don't we get the young running backs in more, is the pass blocking and just like knowing what – and that's why you see these backs like Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs and Joe Mixon still out there on the field so often and able to
three down backs is not because they can catch the ball only. It's because they can block when they don't get the ball.
They understand the entirety of the offense.
And you see a guy, you have to have that to be an elite fantasy bell cow.
Yep.
Is that ability. So yeah, the younger guys suffer from that sometimes.
Yeah, you just have to get that experience, man. Get those reps. These guys know what to do on every play, not just the play that they're getting the ball.
Boom.
There it is. All right, last game. And we saved the best for last. The Falcons at the Raiders.
Holy.
All right. Let's just wrap it up. Let's just wrap the show up.
I would not consider Desmond Whittle.
No respect.
Unless you're ordering from DoorDash.
Is he starting?
Yeah.
Is Cook Cousins out?
No, for the Wados.
Oh, he's on the Wados now.
Yeah, jeez. Get some respect on his name.
Dude, I got none.
Yeah, Desmond Ritter's a shit start, but you never know. That's the kind of guy that comes in and puts together this magic.
God. I'm such a novice, dude. I had no idea who the Raiders. I thought it was
old Farva.
Oh, Minshew.
No, he's got like reconstructive soul surgery. Like,
who gives a shit?
Not going to work here anymore. Yeah, Gardner.
Does that scare you for
Gardner?
Brock Bowers?
No, because I think Ritter has shown that he's capable of finding like one guy and locking onto him. And why wouldn't you have that be? You know what I mean? He's had a little experience. He's got a little bit of dynamic play to him. Ritter does.
Okay.
His problem is consistency. Like you'll watch him. If you catch any of this Falcons game, you'll see some plays where you're like, damn, how's this dude not had like a backup job? And then you'll see why later after that.
Well, I mean, we would never suggest not starting Brock Bowers, but it's kind of scary when last week he only gets 5 targets with 3 catches for 49.
Hey, human.
When the 3 games prior, it was 14 targets, 10 targets, and 16 targets. And
I didn't see anyone dragging Kyle Pitts or Mark Andrews out of the woodshed and beating them. Just leave him be, okay? He's had one bad game.
He's incredible. That's why I say I would not consider not starting him. But you know how people are like,
Brock. I saw a meme that says Brock Bowers looks like an '80s NHL enforcer with his hair.
He's awesome.
He's a cool dude. He's 21, man, just maybe 22, but geez, taking the league by storm at tight end. I mean, we're looking at a generational talent, so
agreed.
Drag him out there. He could get you a 30 piece, but I like Eric suggesting temper expectations with Whittle out there.
Oh, Whittle. And the Falcons are the Falcons.
I mean, you're getting Drake London out there, right?
Yeah, but you're not happy.
No, and somehow Ray McLeod and fucking
Darnell
Mooney are just going to win you a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Kirk sucks. It's time to bring Penix out.
Yep, agreed. I mean,
they won't. They'll wait till it's too late. But
yeah, of course.
For fantasy purposes, do you think like Penix comes out and all of a sudden Kyle Pitts is just like Kyle Pitts is supposed to be?
I mean, I guess we just keep cycling through quarterbacks until Kyle Pitts becomes a thing.
God damn it, do it, Kyle.
But anyhow, the answer is no. The answer is no. I've got no faith in Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, not this year.
I mean, you know what he reminds me of, and it like is a little bit Vernon Davis-y.
Yeah.
I know Vernon Davis had some
years
nice
before
years, but he had some really bad years.
Yeah, but once it took off, holy shit.
Such a physical specimen that everybody expected it immediately.
And it took a while, just like in Njoku, dude.
And then it didn't last long.
No, and it doesn't.
No.
Like Waller.
Yeah.
You know, but I want it.
Oh, Waller.
Oh, you can't even mess his name
Wallow.
up. Oh, Wawa.
Wallow. Oh, Wallow.
Wallow.
All right. That's it. We've
exhausted all our resources.
we've gone through the entire gambit of games here, so
Oh, you didn't know?
week 15, man.
Good luck, everybody.
She goes fast.
Hope you win your shit, and if you don't, just get on the chat board and say the fuck.
And everybody send best wishes to Eric Chrans.
Yeah.
Get well soon, buddy.
The old ladle liquor.
I'll bring you over some soup.
Old soup bone.
All right, see you, Dan.
Hey, see ya.
Touchdown.